Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here out at Dunton Locks, just south of Detroit Lakes. I'm here with Kelly Blackledge and Dan Olson from Natural Innovations, and we're here obviously to talk about outdoor recreation and getting outside and getting into some skis or some snowshoes. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the trails, some of the, your form maybe on snowshoes or cross-country skis. Welcome to Hometown Happenings.
Great. Thanks for having us. This is a great time of year to get outdoors. I mean, people kind of forget, they think the winter is so slow and nothing's going on, but there's a lot going on out here and there's a lot to do. And if you live in Minnesota, you should learn how to snowshoe, snow ski, get outdoors.
Right. Excellent. And now you guys are involved with Natural Innovations, obviously, and part of your mission is to spread the word, educate people about the outdoors and the environment. And of course, one way to educate yourself about the environment is to get out and be in it.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things we wanted to mention, being out here on the trail at Dunton Locks, is that there are a lot of trails around the Detroit Lakes area for snowmobiling, for skiing, for snowshoeing. And right now, if you're interested in that resource and maybe either learning more about it or contributing to that, Becker County is in the process of developing a comprehensive trails use plan. And they're kind of right in the middle of that now. It's a good time to find out more about that and either attend the meetings, bring your ideas, or listen to the ideas being presented. And I think you'll find more information about that if you visit the Becker County website to find out when those meetings are scheduled if you're interested in attending.
That's right, and I believe those meetings are Thursdays at 10 o'clock at the courthouse in the Commissioner's meeting room. So let's talk a little bit about some of the trails here. Of course, we're at Dunton Locks here just south of Detroit Lakes. They have a couple of different trails, as you see behind us. It's marked by the skier, obviously, and they have a little shelter here. But it's this one is kind of an intermediate and a expert trail, but they also have a beginner trail also.
Yeah, great trails out here. This is a great place to come. It's really close to town. There are lots of other areas too. You can head up to the Rainbow Resort, and of course everybody knows about Maple Log Resort as well. Those are great resorts to go to if you want to rent some skis if you don't have your own. There's also Pickerel Lake Trail that you can go to, and the Detroit Mountain Trails now that are available. And of course Tamarack has some trails, and we have about 8 miles of groomed trails there and lots of trails to snowshoe on as well.
All right, and of course, snowshoeing. Now, Dan, you're in-house expert here on snowshoeing. What kind of snow do you need to snowshoe?
Well, you can snowshoe in just about any snow unless it's really fluffy and deep. Then that's not as effective and you might find yourself bogging down. But in most conditions that we find in Minnesota, snowshoes are a great way to get out and enjoy the outdoors and get some exercise. One thing I would mention that if you are sharing trails, like I am today with a cross-country skier, kind of the etiquette of the trails dictates that you don't follow in the ski tracks themselves, but walk off to either side of it to leave the ski tracks for the skiers. That's just one of the things we can do to make sure everyone gets along on the trails.
All right, I'm here today with Dan Olson and Kelly Blackledge here at Dunton Locks. A beautiful winter day. We've had some cold this winter, but I think we're going to have kind of a nice warm spell here and get out and enjoy the trails. And that most of them are clearly marked as far as the trail. You look for. They have now the skating side and the regular traditional touring side of the trail.
That's right. In fact, there are quite a few areas where now they have more trails that are groomed for the skis, as well. So I personally like the touring trails, to stick in those tracks and glide right along. This is a great way to exercise, get started in the new year with a little exercise, and to spend some time in nature.
You made a resolution to get outside, now is a good time. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more Hometown Happenings after this. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. Carol McCarthy here with Dan Olson and Kelly Blackledge from Natural Innovations. We're here at Dunton Locks today talking about some of the ways you can get outdoors in the wintertime and you can use your muscle power to explore the outdoors. And we're talking namely about snowshoeing and cross-country skiing and some of the equipment, and we'll also talk about some upcoming events that you can get out and participate with others, or if you just want to go down a trail on your own too, there's lots of trails to do that. And let's talk first first about your skiing, your skis. There are different kinds of skis, like we were talking about before, how the trails are different. You know, you've got your skating side, your skate skiing side, and your touring side. And obviously there's different types of skis you can use for those.
Yep, and you can also get backcountry skis or, skis that are a little bit faster that you might use on groomed trails. The backcountry skis just help you go through fresh snow to set your own tracks if you want to do that. And certainly the equipment that you get is suited for your body height and weight, and that's pretty important, so you're comfortable outside as well. And of course layering up, and you have appropriate clothes so that you are comfortable when you're out recreating in the winter time. You don't have to be totally packed up with gear because you are going to be exercising, and that causes us to sweat, of course, and that water needs to be wicked away from your body so that you stay comfortable. So dressing in layers so that you can unzip or take off a layer on the way. And a lot of people too forget about water. You are exercising outdoors and you're going to want to have some water with you. And I always like having hot chocolate in my car when I get back. So, come prepared so that you do have a good, memorable experience outside.
Okay. And I suppose the best place, like if you wanted to go and check out what type of skis to get, what are you interested in? Are you interested in more, I think faster is probably the skate skiing, and there's some technique involved with that. The touring obviously is kind of the classic skiing, and then the backcountry you also have different boots and different binding.
That's right. Yep. All kinds of equipment, and any one of the sporting goods stores can help you fit equipment that's just right for you.
Right, and turning now also to snowshoes, these snowshoes obviously are the traditional type of snowshoes.
Yeah, these are what you, like you were saying, kind of the vintage snowshoes, but the more modern type are going to look something more like this, basically aluminum based. And again, as Kelly was saying with the skis, you want to get the right size and the right style snowshoes to fit the type of snowshoeing you're going to do, and you can get that information from the place if you're renting it from an outdoor shop. Another place to get good information is to go on the web and look up or Google information about sizing of snowshoes and sizing of skis and going waxless, the type that Kelly has, or the wax skis, which is going to be the most suitable for you. And again, with snowshoes, they too are rated for the size and the weight of the person, as well as the type of snowshoeing you want to do. So you want to make sure that you look into that and get the size that's right for you, because it's going to make your experience much more enjoyable.
All right. Now, Dan, are you dressed for snowshoeing here as far as your layers?
I'm actually a little warm for snowshoeing with this big heavy coat on. As Kelly was saying, you want to be able to wick the moisture away from you, so one of your inner layers should maybe be a fleece type, because that's really good for getting the moisture from your body and away from it so that you don't get wet. And then because if you're wet close to your body and then the cold air reaches that, you're going to get cold. So you want to wick the moisture away from your body. So a lightweight fleece lining inside, and then a couple of layers. And again, depending how cold it is, if it's really cold, you might want to have a coat like this. But like Kelly was saying, you'd be surprised if you haven't been out skiing or snowshoeing before, just how warm you're going to get when you're out there. So.
Okay, and we're running out of time, so Kelly, let's talk a little bit about some of the opportunities. There's a couple of events coming up. I know there's one at Tamarack and there's one involved with Polar Fest.
Yeah, the Polar Fest activity is February 14th on Sunday, 7 o'clock, and that's a candlelight ski right here at Dutton Locks. Or you can come out to Tamarack for a backcountry experience. We're going to ski about 6 miles, and that's Saturday, February 27th at 10 a.m. So that'll be another great backcountry ski.
So you have a little time maybe to get your ski legs on, or are you able to snowshoe on that, or is it strictly skiing?
This one will just be skiing, but there are lots of trails to snowshoe on up at Tamarack as well.
All right, very good. Well, Dan Olson, Kelly Blackledge from Natural Innovations, thank you so much for visiting with me today out in the great outdoors here at Dutton Locks, all the Detroit Lakes. And for Hometown Happenings TV3, I'm Carol McCarthy.